Okay. So, the changes that I needed to make were I need to make this thinner, and I need to make this thicker, and I need to add in the window for the actual value to the window to display which numbers are the actual value of the life points. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I tried earlier this morning and I learned, rather unfortunately, that when I made this sketch for the sleeve here, right here, this 0.6, which is the size of the gap there for the life point counters, is no longer attached to the parameter because I trimmed things away, and Fusion doesn't like that. So I'm gonna just go ahead and remake this from scratch again. But I'm gonna go ahead and do it differently so that it doesn't get ruined when I inevitably need to make changes. So first I'm going to start off with... Actually, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the names of some parameters because I don't like some of these names. Stat tall, for example. There. Thin walls is good. I'm going to call that R major, and I'm going to get rid of diameter. Because these have been getting kind of tedious to type. A minor. Okay. Now, the LP tube thickness, I'm going to call that LP track. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Rename this to very thin walls. Also, changing these names isn't going to ruin anything because it'll just take everything that had that other thing and just rename it. So, yeah. I like open sleeve angle, but I'll just rename it to OSL. Okay, life point depth. What was that? $60 millimeters. Ah, I see. I see. Life point. Total width. Life point. Okay, what is the expression here? It's just 12.3. Life point. Dive off. Okay. Is that 60 millimeters? Let me think. What was the 60 millimeters for? I don't know. Life point closed depth. So that was the so what I should really name that is life point is life point let's see. outer. Yeah, for outside of the life points. Okay. So now I'm gonna make a sketch on this plane, and I'm gonna put my ellipse. I'm gonna put it on the origin, and what I'm gonna do is, well, first I'm gonna define it as our major and our minor. Then I'm gonna offset it by thin walls. Then I'm gonna offset that. Don't like that, but I kind of need that. I'm gonna offset that by life point track, but I'm gonna change life point track to 1. And then I am greatly saddened by this. I mean, this one doesn't matter. But this one I am greatly saddened by. I wanted to offset this by... Look, it's not getting the... Whatever. Yeah, I can't get the... Well, in that case... that really frickin' sucks, to be honest. I am going to need to keep these measurements there, though. Because if they aren't, then things will get ruined. And then offset this one by very thin walls. This one. Okay. 38, 39, 40. Okay. And then I need to offset this one again by the life point track. And then I need to offset, whoops, hang on, I gotta add the measurement here. Okay, so I've got my arm, the wall around the arm, the track for the first one, the wall around that, the track for the second one, and then one last time, very thin walls. Okay. Now I'm gonna have to make sense of this. There are... how many of these? There are a lot of these. There are a lot of these. Hang on. I'm gonna need to... So, now I need to make sense of this. First thing I need to do is go to here, the first wall there. Now I'm going to set these equal to each other, then I'm going to set this to be OSL. Whoops. OSL divided by 2. Holy crap. Okay. For some reason, the stupid program isn't wanting me to put lot. Okay. Now if I make them equal to each other, now what happens when I move it? Okay, so I'm going to need to add a concentric to all of these. Okay. Now that that concentric is there, you see what this computer is doing to me, right? You see that, right? They all have the same center, but it's still allowed to rotate the actual ellipse about that center. Let me see if that's gonna... Let me see if that'll change anything. Hang on a second. All I'm trying to do, all I want to do is put a line going from here to here and another line going to the opposite, going in the opposite direction. Whatever. Actually, no. Just gonna hit Control Z until these lines are gone. Whatever. Okay. Let me just put this there. And I'll just... There. That's all I wanted to do. I didn't want to frickin' move any... Let me put the concentrics back. If I don't have the concentrics, things are gonna get screwy. Okay, now I have to do the part that I really don't want to have to do, but I have to do it, and that is I have to figure out where to put these lines in order to... I can put things tangent to things, right? Yes, I can. Okay, that's actually going to be helpful, believe it or not. That's actually going to be helpful, so what I need to put now is a line going out past this edge into here. And this will be the termination point for the track that goes along the bottom, right? For the life point track on the bottom. And I want this to be at an angle of something around 60-ish. The reason I want 60-ish is because that'll give me enough room for at least most of the life point counter to fit from here to the horizontal line there, right? And the reason I want it to fit in that horizontal line, fit like that, is because if I have it curving around this sharper edge, it's going to be a tighter fit and tougher to do. At least I assume so, because that's just kind of how geometry works, right? This is flatter than this, and so it's going to be gentler on the thing. Now, I have to go past the track, past the other one, and into the other track. This one has to be the same angle, approximately. Now, if I do this correctly, then these aren't actually, then the life point counters aren't actually going to reach the ends here. That's the key. Now, if I put another one here and I make it parallel, and then I put it at about thin walls will work. Hang on a minute, my cat's meowing at me. Okay, my cat's in here now. Anyways. Now what I need to do is put a line going from here down to, so I want, right? I want the track for the inner one to be seamless, right? Or to start, what I want, right, is for it to look symmetrical. So the inner one, or the outer track, the one that goes up the top, is going to go into the same spot relative to the center here as the bottom one. And that's the tricky part. Because like I could just do two separate tracks and be done with it. But then that doesn't look as cool, and it doesn't look quite as cool, you know? It looks more magical if like it looks like they should, if it looks like they should be interfering with each other, but they're not, because I'm doing crazy tricks, you know? But because I can make things tangent, that'll make things a lot easier on me. Holy smokes, won't it? Now if I just put another line here and make it parallel to this one, I can set its distance to be the size of the life point track. Alright. And now it needs to hit, oh no, I'm moving that. Oh crap. Okay. Okay. It needs to hit the other one, and then, oh goodness, hang on. Oh goodness, hang on. If I extend this and I trim it, yeah, it's going to trim this entire thing. So instead what I'll do is I will go at a right angle, make this the life point track plus some number, plus like, I don't know, 0.1, just to make it a little bit longer so that, okay, what in the world, where did the black go on these? Why are they not defined properly anymore? Whatever. Anyways. So now I need to put a line going here. Okay. So it goes into here, right? Up there. So this one needs to go... Whoops, no. Needs to go onto this one, and I need this to become tangent with it. Okay, and I can't trim it, unfortunately, which sucks. Because if I trim it, then all these definitions go away, and the stupid thing stops working. I can trim these straight lines, but I can't trim the curved lines. So I can trim that. So now if it goes up here, it can snake around to here. Let's see. So this is no, okay. This needs to go up to there. Okay. So now the inner one goes up through here, past this, and all the way over and stops about there. The outer one goes up through here, through this, up through there, and stops about there. I don't know why that decided not to go all the way. So, what I'm going to do now is try to extrude some amount. So I've got... First I've got this. Then I've got okay, I'm gonna go about this a different way. Instead of trying to do the whole thing in one sketch and getting confused geometrically, let's just get rid of everything but the innermost ring, the part that goes on my arm. There. Now, put that on there, put that on there. OSL over 2. Well, okay. Make these concentric at least. And then if I make this equal, there we go. Okay. So now I'm just going to go ahead and extrude this. Because the plane I made it on was on this one, I'll just make it to there and make it the same size. Now, new sketch on here. And I can get rid of the body. project this. Okay. Now, I don't need this, and I don't need this. So now, I offset this by the life point track. What, K? Okay. I hate that it didn't. Whatever. It's not necessarily. Okay. I can offset this by very thin walls. Okay. Going to put a line, a horizontal line, going to all of these. Okay. They're going to be construction, and then I'm going to put this to that. Okay. Now, the first one is going to terminate at about, okay, let's put this line. I said I wanted it to be about 60. Okay. And then this one has to be parallel. And then it's going to be about thin walls. Then I'm going to extend this. Okay. Now I'm going to extrude this much. To here. To here. Okay. Now I'm going to make another sketch on here. I'm going to project all of this. And then I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Then I'm going to go ahead and delete that. So now I can offset this by LPTR. Okay. Okay. And then this I'm going to offset by, what? Of course, okay. This I'm going to offset by LPTR plus V. Okay. Now here is where the magic has to happen. I need to put a line that goes from here. Okay, I need to first trim this off. Right? I need to put get rid of this. Okay. I need this to go down to here. This I need to offset. I can't do that. This I need to offset by type LPTR, enter, plus V, enter, enter. Okay. I'm going to put this as a tangent to this. Okay. So now I can trim this. Now, offset this one. And unfortunately, it doesn't hit there. So, okay. Okay. And then this has to be tangent to... Never mind. It just has to look good then. Oh, what if I was... Okay, let me do that. I'll extend this there. And then I'll make this touch this. Okay. So now what happens is I can trim away this, and this, and this, and this, and I can extend this into that, and for some reason it's intersecting. What in the world is not seeing these as touching? Why isn't it seeing those as touching? Anyways, extend this all the frickin' way. Okay. Extend this. Nope, that's a line now. Okay. Okay. Now what I need to do is I will go ahead and extend this real quick just so I can get an arc here. I'll just trim that. Okay. Now if I put an arc from here to like here, that looks good. How about this? Okay, so now all that needs to happen is now I just need to make this 60 degrees. Driven? That's fine. Ha! Stupid. Okay. And then I just need to put this all the way to there, make it parallel, make it thin walls. I said thin walls. Compute failed. What do you... I don't know why this stupid program is telling me to do things. There, haha. Why am I fighting against this stupid program all of a sudden? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna extrude all of this now. To here. Okay. So now I'm gonna make another sketch that's gonna kind of like hide the ugliness of these tracks here. Oh, and also before I forget, what is the warning? What compute failed? Failed to solve what dimension? What dimension or collinear? I don't remember making anything collinear. Whatever. Okay. Anyways. Okay, I'm going to put an arc. I'm going to put a line going up to here. I'll put an arc that touches both of these. Touches this point, touches this point. How's that? Okay. And then if I mirror it, and then if I trim this side and this side, I should be able to oops. Okay. Okay, cool. So now I can cut this away. And then I can bring back the sketch. And then I can extrude this in to create the appearance of symmetry. And now, while I still can, before I forget, I should smooth out these edges, especially that outer one. All right. Now I can add in see, look, the path, right, is going, and it's not including the other one. That's good. Add this one, and it's its own thing. Okay, so now and the distance shall be LP outer, I believe, but negative. Show it again, extrude it again, but start on an object, the back here, and make it LP outer. All right, that's good, that's good. Okay, now what I need to do is extrude this side and the other side. A distance of, but from an offset of that's the total width, that's the track. Yeah, it's just one. Alright, do the same thing on this one. Do I do this one? Whoops. Offset LP div off 1. All right, and then one more time. My cats keep meowing. They want in here, but then they're gonna jump on my computer. There. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces that are all the same, the right size to fit the thing. So this looks smooth enough that it shouldn't be too harsh on the... I'm worried about this track in particular. It looks smooth enough that it shouldn't be too harsh on the thing. Okay, next step is naming these sketches. This one. Okay. New sleeve, but better. This one. Inner track. This one. Right? Inner track? Yeah. This one. Outer track. This one. Yeah. Outer track. Why didn't this one get renamed? What? No, this one I want to name to clean up. Rename to outer track. There. Okay, and then this sketch was... What was the sketch? Ah. Solidify. Yeah. So the reason I need to close it off on the ends there is so that it's one piece, right? If I didn't close it off like that, then it was shaped like an accordion and could just come apart by itself. Next, I need to add the so this goes all the way up to here. This goes up to here. All right, and this is thin walls, and this is thin walls. Then I bring up this, and I measure this real quick. And it's 90.4. So (90.4) divided by 2, so 45.2. And then this is 11.05. Twelve and a quarter makes sense, actually. Now I should be able to mirror this across this line. And then I should be able to, okay. I need to make a spline. And then I need to offset the spline, but not yet. I need to put a line here. And I need to put an arc here. And then I need to put another line here. And then this needs to be like, yeah, I think 4 might work. So the issue with this is the shorter this one gets, the less flexible it becomes. But and I need it to be long, right? But the more height here between this and this, the shorter this gets. But I want this to be as high as possible. So I need this to be high and this to be low. Or I need this to be long and this. I want to maximize both this and that. But if this gets bigger, this gets shorter. And if this gets bigger, this gets shorter. So that's the issue here. If I put 3 here, that would put that underneath this slightly, right? Yes, it would. Okay, I like that actually. I put another line here, and it's 0.4. 0.4 is 0.4 is what is necessary. So if this spline goes closer to this edge, then 0.4 can hold one card at least. That's what I need to do. So now if I offset this by thin walls, all right. Whoops, I forgot to mirror the other side, this one. Okay. Now I can, whoops. Not yet, don't save yet. I also need to mirror this. Okay, now I can. Okay, I'm gonna have to change that. There. Okay. Project this. Why is this not? Nope. What's not touching? That's not touching. Okay. Yeah. There was a problem combining geometry together. Of course there was. There's gotta be a problem with everything, doesn't there? There, okay. So, I've got now this shape here. Oh, what is this? Whoops. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna try to also get this. Nope, that just added more lines. Okay. I hate when it does that. See, look, on this one, it's nice and simple. It's one solid surface. Here it's not. Now, this doesn't actually affect the geometry or the printing or the geometry or anything, right? It doesn't look nice. I just don't like how it looks. Well, anyways, I'm going to need to go into this and measure this real quick. 2, 1.6, 2, 20.4. Okay. Two. Nope, that's 1.6. To 20.4. Stat tall. And then it should be the same on the other side. To 1.6. To 20.4, and I know it's the same on the other side because I can flip the Duel Blade around. So stat tall. Okay, extrude these by, what was it, 1.2? It was 1.2. Right? Yeah, 1.2. Okay. And then there should be a plane. Yep. Any new bodies? Yeah. Okay, well then in that case, wait a minute. Oh, that's what happened. Okay. I told it to... Hang on a second. Okay, I don't know why... Whatever. New sleeve. Get rid of that real quick because things are being stupid. This body, and this body. It's just refusing. Why is it just refusing? What is this? What in the world is this? Okay. Okay, this body. Okay, get rid of that one. This body, this body, this body, this body, this body. Combine. I have 3 bodies now. Whatever. 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 I'm gonna extrude this and this from here by a distance of 1.2 by a distance of negative 1.2, not 14. Okay. Whatever. I'm going to delete that join operation because, yes, because it did weird things to the geometry of this thing. Let's see, what bodies do I have? This one, this, get rid of this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. This one, this one, this one. Yeah, it's doing weird stuff. It's because... Let me just not do this. Warning. Yeah, I don't care about that one. I don't care. Now I'm back down to 1 body. Okay, there's the tabs. Put a sketch on these. And I have to make sure that I can print all of these. $55. Make them all equal. real quick question. What is this measurement? 55. Okay, yeah, so that one already had an equal. Alright, and then I can cut these all away. Having to recreate this thing entirely from scratch, all because I'll just have changed basically one measurement, to be honest. Well, two measurements, but alright. Why are there... Okay, whatever. Is that one bigger? That one's bigger. $20.4, $20.4, 2, oh. What in the world? Oh, the offset's wrong. Okay, there we go. And then manage loss projections. Base 1, relink. Okay. Okay. Reference failure. The sketch plane is lost. Cache is used. Please redefine the sketch. Oh, okay. Redefine sketch plane. Okay. Project source cache is used. Okay. Manage loss projections. Delete. Okay. There. That was annoying. Okay. Okay, what is that? 0.2. Okay, that makes sense. And what is this? .8. Okay. It gets annoying when things snap to things that you don't want them to snap to. Okay, there. I've got the tabs, so now I can snap in the Duel Blade. Now I just have to add back in the geometry for trying to think. Yeah. I wonder if I can what if I do this? 0.4. Right, that'll make that 1.6. Like all the way to there. And then what, like 1 and no. Like 3 and then a spline on there. Make that a construction line and put it 0.4. Bring that spline here, put it like there. All right. Then that should be maybe, no. This should be collinear with this, and then it should be 1. Essentially I'm trying to copy the geometry from the play zones, right? If I bring back up the play zones, I've got the shape here of that spline, I've got the straight line, I've got this curve up here, got the spline. Oh, the spline is a lot more subtle. Okay. Oh wait, I should be copying this one actually, which is a lot less subtle, and it's a lot okay, and it's more this shape than anything else. Okay. Okay. If I project it real quick, if I project this, does it give me, no, it gives me 2 points. Make that 2. Then that's the thing. I need it to be. Oh, I've got it. I've got it. I know what I'll do. Put put the spline here. And then that'll allow me to get a good curvature that I want. Now I can offset it by thin walls. Okay. So now if I just put that all the way through to here. All right. Is that just a line? That looks like it's just a one-dimensional line. Yeah, I'm only seeing one point there. Whatever. Okay. Then I don't need that sketch in that case. So now what I have done... Oh. I forgot to add in the arc here. Okay, so now what I have done is I have made this a little bit thicker and this a little bit thinner. So the thing that should want to bend should be this. Now if I round out this edge, and then I round out the other edge, hopefully that'll be bending the way it ought to need to bend. Right? And I hope I can hold 5 cards in there. Let me make that 3 actually. I make that 3. Can I afford to bring that? I might need to put that. Okay. I'm actually going to delete these fillets because now I need to project this line. Yeah, okay. I need to go center, $55. Okay, cool. I need to put a plane here. And a plane here. Because I'm recreating the new sleeve, right? But with ever so slightly different geometry. So, Now create a sketch here. Project all of this. Create an arc. Now extrude this to here. Wrong object. Okay. And then bring back the sketch that I just did and extrude this. To that plane. All right. Okay. Now, not that one. Not that. This, and therefore this one. Yeah, this one. Okay. It is extrude 101. I should mirror from extrude 101 hate that. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. Okay. Mirror everything here. Now include all of this part. Those ever so slightly different things. Okay. There. Go back to this. Put an arc here. Okay. Can I mirror these two planes? I cannot. So I have to go back into this sketch. And I'm just gonna recreate it. Hour and a half. Holy moly. I've been at this for a while. Middle. Middle. There's an erroneous perpendicular there. 55. 55. Okay. Okay. Put a plane here and a plane here at this one. Okay. Now, extrude this to this. Extrude this. Starting here and going to here. There. Okay. Now, I added... So I finally got to the point where I made these tracks thicker, and I made this thinner. And then I also, while I was at it, made this thicker. Finally. Jeez. Okay. So now let me, before I forget, round these out. Okay. And then, whoa. Wait a minute. That was entirely the wrong place to round out. I mean, it's not like it was a bad thing, but like it was this. Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, cool. And then, oh god. All right. And then okay. All right. Cool. So if I make a sketch here, what is the distance between this and this? 1.6. Cool. What is this distance? 1.2. Cool. Okay, so I've made the changes that needed to be made. Almost. I need to add in these little holes here. They are 25 by 7. It starts 10 in, and then 9.6. Okay. Nine point six, 10, 7, 25. Okay. And then just negative 1.2. Okay. What happens if I go negative 1.6? It begins to interfere with the... No, it doesn't begin to interfere with the tracks, does it? Vroom, 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 vroom. Stupid cars. No, not at all. Okay, cool, cool, cool. And just to be absolutely sure... Okay. Now, I have enough to test the changes. The changes that I made. Right? But also, I want this to be 1.2. Okay. The reason I want that to be 1.2 is twofold. One, I'm pretty sure it only needs to be 1.2 and it'll interfere less with anything if I make it that. And then two, I just want to make sure I just want to see that where's segment 5? This, right? I just want to make sure, right, that this only needs to go, that I designed these tabs properly and that I understand how they work, because they don't seem to need to move very much. So I want to test to make sure that I got it right. Anyways, next, I need to take the, rename this to new sleeve, and then I need to take the life point counter. It is 95, right? What I need to do is see if I move the life point counter I need to move it here-ish. About there-ish. Now, assuming that this is big enough to hold the whole life point counter, right? Because when it curves in, it's going to wrap around essentially this. And it's going to be about, but it's going to go to about there. and it's looking like it might be too long for that. Let me see. Where's the where's the sketch for that? Inner track. The inner track is going this far, no further. And if I imagine that curling around, ooh, yeah, it's going to come out just a little bit. So I'm not going to add in that window just yet, because what I want to do is I want to test some stuff. Gotta rename these sketches. I'll rename these sketches later. So I'm gonna go ahead and test what I've got right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and split this body using this plane and this plane as the tools. I'm going to find this body, which is the original newer sleeve. Okay, this has... It doesn't have the bit of the hole that I wanted to test, but I mean, I can muddle through that. I can figure out a way to... Yeah, I already know how I'm going to do that. But what it does have is it has both the tracks. It has both the tracks, and it has the... What am I going to call these? The hand wings. I'm going to call it hand wings. It has the hand wings. I need to test the hand wings of both the tracks, and I need to see where to put the window on this. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. What have I named anything? New sleeve test. Yeah, okay. So newer sleeve test. Save. Okay. It's funny because it doesn't look very different from this one, but it is. Oh, and I forgot to add in the strap loop. But it's a good thing that I forgot to add that in, because like I don't need to test that, right? And it was going to be cut off anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and suppress this. I'm going to go ahead and go, because I might forget later, and I don't want to forget, right? So I'm going to put a sketch here. It was 65. It was offset. Oh God. Okay. It was offset just this by -2, and then offset it again by -2 minus thin walls. And then this was coincident to here. Yes, thank you very much. And then this was also coincident to here. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and whoops. I'm gonna go ahead and put line here and here. That's not what I needed to put there. I needed that line Oh yeah, it was. Okay. So now I'm gonna extrude this all the way to this. I'm going to fillet these edges, and it's gonna be an eyeball kind of thing. How's 5 look? How's 6 look? How's 8 look? How's 10 look? How's 20 look? Too big. Okay. Bring back this. Extrude. Cut out this much. Object. Front to back mid plane. Symmetric. Total 26. Okay. So now I've got the strap in there, the strap loop. So I'm going to rename this sketch to strap loop. I almost forgot to do that. But the strap loop is irrelevant to the rest of the test because I know the strap loop is going to work. Also, oh, why did it select anything there? What in the world? What? Weird. Okay, whatever. Anyways, I've got everything I need to test. I'm going to save this here. And I'm thinking that if this doesn't work, if the tracks don't work this time, I'm going to change it from going up and down like this to just sliding in and out like that, left and right. And instead of the display saying 8,000 in this direction, it'll say 8,000 in this direction. But yeah, I'll go ahead and get this printed then. Okay, so I think it's a good idea if I start recording myself slicing these files. So I'm going to go ahead and get that centered, and I'm going to go ahead and preview it. And look through this especially. That's a little iffy, but it should be good. That one's fine. That one's fine. These are fine. How many travels am I looking at inside the tracks here? Because if there are travels inside those tracks, then it's going to be okay. Let me see. Okay, there's no travels inside the tracks. That's good. There shouldn't be very many travels. Anyways, because this whole thing is one piece, you know? Anyways. So, let's see. That's odd. That's so weird. Just random holes there. I'm gonna chalk that up to Fusion being stupid. I should probably print a brim around this, but I don't really want to. You know what? I'm actually gonna put this side on the bottom. The reason I'm gonna put this side on the bottom is so that I can put a brim on it. Duel Blade adhesions, brim. I don't need that many lines. Like 5 will work. That significantly reduced the print time. So now I can put a brim on it so it prints better. And it's safe to put a brim on it because the entire track. So I chose the planes that I chose for the splitting tool because it basically was the minimum I needed to test one whole track and also get it printed, because like I could have chosen that there, see where that red is, and then its counterpart on the other side, right? But then this would have been shaped like an accordion, right? It would have been shaped like, it would have had that shape to it, and that is not very structurally sound, and it wouldn't be realistic. So that's why I chose that. This looks like it's going to print. It's going to take 2 hours, pretty much 2 hours even. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. I don't like the CCR10 dash underscore whatever. So I always delete it. I don't always delete it. Sometimes when I'm being lazy, I'll just like accept the default name, but like I'm assuming that the reason Kira put that CCR10 underscore is so that I know to print it on the CCR10, right? The CCR10 is the only printer I have, so it's right. It's the only printer I have right now, so like it's not really an issue. And when I used to have another printer, that one broke a long time ago. When I did have another printer, I used different cards for the different printers, right? So that they wouldn't get mixed up, so that I wouldn't accidentally print the wrong thing on the wrong printer. But I'm assuming that like Kira is putting that CCR10 in front of the file name because it like doesn't want someone to be putting, or it thinks people might be printing files from the same SD card on multiple printers. So it's like, oh, this one's for this printer and this one's for that printer. So that when you're on a printer looking through the SD card, you're like, oh, this isn't for this printer. I can't print this on this printer. But I don't like the CCR10 prefix it puts on the files, so I always delete it. It makes it harder to read the files on the printer because, like, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go, yeah, I saved this, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And real quick. How long would this take with a brim? Just out of curiosity. Still 6 minutes? God, that would be annoying actually. Because okay, so I didn't print this one with a brim, obviously, because like I'd have to cut the brim off. And this thing, there's 15 layers in total, but like there's 2 layers with the numbers, right? So you wouldn't be able to tell where the brim is. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get that printed now. Okay, so I printed out the next version here. The slots for the, I called them tracks before, yeah, tracks. The life point tracks work well. Actually, I don't know. You can at least pull them out like this. And then can you push them in? I'm trying to simulate being player 2 here. Yeah, and they both go all the way in, right? This side, I believe, is the short side, the side with less length. Takes a bit of pushing. This side is the longer side, and it's a lot looser because it's a lot gentler of a curve because it's bigger, right? So it's more of a circle and less of a. This part is less sharp on this side than this side. You can't see that, obviously. That's the point. But yeah, it's pretty good. It goes all the way in on both sides, which means that where I need to put the window for the numbers is literally just right here, which is pretty good. That means that it's good. It's good. The little holes here, they work. It's hard to demonstrate because I gotta make sure it's just barely in, right? So it's in there. And then if I hold it down, right, I can open it up. But if I were to like put it a little further up so that the flat side is covering the tabs, then I can't get it out. Right? So these holes are the right size. I'm gonna keep this in for now because I'm gonna show the next thing, which is that the hand slot here, it'll fit 1 card. It'll almost fit 2 cards, and it really can't fit 3. So it's worse than before, which makes sense because I made it shorter here. I'm thinking I have a couple of ideas on how to improve this. Right, the life point counter is in the middle, right, for a reason. Well, it's in the middle of the the length of this, right? And there's like some space on both ends, right? Therefore, I could bring the cards so that they're facing this way, but to the side, right, so they're not covering up the life point counters. Or I could just change the geometry of this. I'm thinking I might want, this is a strange idea, but I might want to put like a circle here, right? Instead of a line going straight out, maybe a circle right there, right? That might give me just enough of what I need, but I'm not sure if that's better or not. But I can try it. Right? So I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do for the hand, because one card is fine, multiple cards is not. It's really hard to get. See, it's really hard to get the geometry for these, right, onto here, because there's a lot less distance I have to work with. A lot of the flexibility of these comes from the fact that they're long. Right? Same thing goes for these little tabs. Their length is what gives them the flexibility to go in and out. If they were too short, then this mechanism wouldn't work. So yeah, so the changes that I need to make are, I simply need to put the window in here for the life point counters, or I don't even need to do that. We could just pull it out and have the top number be what we just have the top number. Well, no, because then 9 wouldn't work. Well, 9 could work. 9 wouldn't work, right? 9 has to be in there, right? As long as 9 is in there, it's good. And I notice I'm grabbing this here, right? That wouldn't be possible here, right? But it is possible to do this, and I don't mind people grabbing my arm to be able to do that, because, like, I don't mind people grabbing my arm to be able to use this. Otherwise, this wouldn't be a 2-player system. So, yeah. And if it was a 1-player system, I can grab my own arm just fine, and other people can grab their own arms just fine also. You know, it's not a big deal. But, yeah. I like the life point counter. It's good now. It works. It's pretty nice and loose. Part of that looseness is probably from the fact that this has been going in and out of it, so that this piece is now curved and matches with it. Yeah, this is the short side. I'm pretty sure this is the short side, because this is... Oh, wait, hang on. No, wait. Hang on. No, because this is the middle, right? This is the middle, so this is... Right, so this is the long side. The long side. Okay, that makes so much more sense then, because I expected the long side to be tighter, because it doesn't have a smooth curve, right? It's a gentler angle, but it's a sharp, but it comes to more of a point than this one. Okay, that makes so much more sense then. That I thought that it being a gentler angle made it. Nah, it's just okay. But both of these go all the way in, so that's good. So yeah, I just gotta add the window for the life points. I gotta change these little, I'm gonna call them hand wings, I guess. I might make them thinner too, so that they are more willing to bend. I'm not sure if I'll need to if I'm gonna change. I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do with these. Yeah.